Guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, my name is Kayla. Make sure you press the subscribe button so you can join my little cute family. Today we're going to do a video that is a little bit more on the serious side. For those of you that do not know, May is actually Mental Health Awareness Month. So I wanted to start off May by making a video about mental health, and I guess basically just share my experience with you guys. I'm not gonna go too into detail about my story, just because I'm not like super comfortable on YouTube yet to really like be that vulnerable and put out that side of it all. I will touch on it a little bit, but yeah, so basically I really just want to make this video. I know a lot of people look up to me, and a lot of people watch and a lot of people that are younger than me watch my Instagram page and like follow me on Instagram. So basically I just wanted to make this video so that people can see that you are not alone, and that mental health really has no discrimination to any gender, race. Doesn't matter if you're pink, purple, blue, man, woman, doesn't matter. You may think that everything is peachy and cute in people's lives, but you really never know what they're dealing with. So basically I just want people to be more open and I just want mental health to be more normalized. I just feel like nobody should be ashamed if they have mental health issues. Nobody should be feeling like they're afraid to talk to people or talk to somebody or confide in somebody. It's a normal thing, and if you have it and you feel like you need to get help for it, then get help. Getting help does not make you weak. Getting help does not make you crazy or make it seem like your life is out of your own hands and you just can't control it. So yeah, like, you know, in school when they say if you have a question, ask for help, or, you know, there's no dumb questions, or just ask for help if you don't get it. If you're not understanding what's going on with your mental health or your body, then you need to ask questions and you need to get help. So yeah, so basically, just so I can tell you guys a little bit about my mental health background, I started realizing that I was depressed when I was like 14, I believe. My parents were getting divorced. And basically, growing up with your parents, you know, being together is one thing, and then them being married, you know, is another. And to always have your mom and dad in the same household, and then all of a sudden you don't, you know, it can take a toll on a child, especially since I was 14. I was like entering puberty, and it was a lot. My depression when I was younger wasn't like, it wasn't your typical depression. It wasn't like, you know, I wasn't crying all the time or sad all the time. I was angry. And it took me going to a counselor and talking to a therapist to understand that, like, I would have never thought I was depressed, to be honest. My mom made me take anger management. I took so many anger management classes I can't even count on one hand. And basically they kind of just boiled it down to that I'm not angry, I'm depressed. And I really never understood how I could be depressed, but it was making me angry. But at the same time, now that I'm older, it kind of just made me realize that, you know, sometimes when you're mad, you cry, and you're just so mad that you just don't know what to do with yourself. I feel like that's how my depression was coming out. I was so mad that my world was basically like crashing down, that it just caused me to like explode. Like, I feel like now that I am a parent, I owe my mother my life. The only reason I don't say that about my dad is because my mom got the shitty end of the stick, and I was such a horrible kid that it just blows my mind. I mean, being like that, and now that I'm older, really made me realize that your parents are gonna love you no matter what. Because I don't know how my mom put up with me from the time I was 14 to the time I was like 19. Like, I was off the chain. Like, when I tell you, every single bit of anger in me was taken out on my mom, and my mom did nothing to me. Like, I don't know why. Well, I do know why now that I'm older, but when I was younger, I really didn't know why I was always so mad at her. But as I got older, I realized it was just because I couldn't take the anger out on my dad, because my dad was like the strict parent, you know. Not to say that like I was angry at my dad, because I was angry at both of them, but I just couldn't take it out on my dad because I knew my dad would smack me into next week, and my mom was not going to do that. My mom just put up with it and just dealt with it, and I thank her for that now, just because I know that Paris will be getting smacked into next week. So I will know that trying to be the cool, laid back, chill parent don't work, and she gonna be getting she's gonna be getting disciplined, period. Especially since I'm more of the disciplinary one in my relationship. Her dad, she is like got her dad wrapped around her finger, and since she's a girl, you know, he's more chill and laid back. He lets her do whatever she wanted, and you know, I'm more of like, Paris, stop doing that. Paris, stop doing that. And I have to keep saying it over and over and over again. He'll just sit there. He don't tell her stop. Sometimes I'll be like, Justin, come on, back me up, please. Tell her stop doing that. Like, she's not listening to me. And then he'll say it, and she listens. But other than that, mama's the bad guy. Yeah, mama's the bad guy in the parental state. But yeah, so basically that is when I first realized that I had depression, and I had anxiety, but it was nowhere near as bad as it is now that I'm an adult. I was anxious, but I can honestly say this is my best way that I try to describe to people so they can understand where I'm coming from when it comes to my anxiety, because I do try to explain it to my friends, and I mean, my family, obviously they know. Well, my dad doesn't really get it, but it's okay. I try to explain it to my friends, and especially Justin. Justin has done tremendously well helping me with my mental health and helping me like not be as bad, if that makes any sense. But I mean, it's only so much he can do, because he doesn't have anxiety or depression or any other thing, so he doesn't really understand it. But I try to explain it to him, and basically what I say for my anxiety is, when I was younger, when people used to tell me like you know, tomorrow's not promised, or you never know what could happen, like your life can change off a dime. Like, I would always tell my parents, like anytime my parents would say that to me, like they wouldn't say it, you know, as in like a negative way. They would kind of say it like in a more like be appreciative way, if that makes sense, because they're like, you know, be thankful that you woke up this morning, blah blah blah. And I used to always tell them when I was younger, vividly remember this, I used to always tell them, like, when I go to sleep, I know I'm gonna wake up in the morning. Like, I don't know why people say tomorrow's not promised, because when I close my eyes, I know tomorrow I'm gonna wake up. Like, I know I'm not gonna die in my sleep or something. Like, but you know, that's just a kid, you know, talking out your ass. But now that I'm really dealing with this anxiety, it's like I can't believe I used to say that, if that makes sense. Like, I don't believe that now. Like, I do not go to sleep knowing I'm gonna wake up, even though I know that this is more of like an anxiety thing. This isn't like I'm not saying I feel like people need to, you know, they need to treat their life more precious, because, you know, anybody could die in their sleep, or something can happen to you when you're sleeping, you're gone. Like, I'm not saying it like that. I'm just saying with my anxiety, those are my thoughts. Every time that I go, I'm like, My anxiety is so bad now that I'm scared to go to sleep, honestly. And the only person that can really understand that is my mom, because she is the same way. She has the same like severity of anxiety that I have. Hers might be a little bit more than mine because I was such a terrible kid that I know I was like putting her through hell now that I have anxiety, because I don't know what I would do if Paris was 15 years old and it's 11 o'clock at night and I have no phone calls, no nothing, like not telling me that they're coming home or where they're at, what you're doing. I'm calling their phone, they're not answering. Like, I can't believe I used to put my mom through that. Like, I just can't. But that's kind of how my anxiety is. And not to say like I'm not like that every single night, but on my nights where it's really bad, like anytime I get on YouTube and say like I had a really bad night or I've been having a really bad week, that's what I mean by that. Like, I've been too scared to go to sleep, and then I stay up until like 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and I literally fight my sleep until I can't. Like, it's never been a time where, well, while I'm anxious, like if I'm just having a normal typical day for Kayla would be I can go to sleep at like 12 and I can close my eyes and go to sleep, if that makes sense. A bad night for Kayla means I'm literally fighting my sleep until I cannot fight it anymore. Like, I never get to the point where I'm comfortable enough to close my eyes and go to sleep. Like, it's bad. I just feel like so much terrible shit happens in the world and so many terrible things happen, and I'm one of those people where they're like, you never think it would happen to you, but it does. I don't think like I don't think it never could happen to me. Like, I think everything on the fucking earth will and can happen to me, and that's what makes my anxiety bad. I feel like most people that don't have anxiety, they kind of just like look at life like it's, you know, I'm gonna make the best of it. Everybody dies, so I'm just gonna live my life to the fullest and make the best of it. And then I feel like anxious people kind of look at it like, I don't know how to explain this. It's just hard because I've never talked like this to people about it, and it's kind of hard. It's kind of weird. It's kind of making me anxious now. Like, sorry y'all. But I feel like I just look at life like I'm not doing enough. If I died today, I would not be happy with how my life is, basically. Like, I feel like I don't live to the fullest at all. I feel like I do the bare minimum. I do the bare minimum of living, if that makes sense. So, which is not my fault. It's anxiety's fault, and I'll be ready to whoop her ass every fucking day. But, you know, you can't fight her because she will come at you 30 times worse and 30 times harder. So, yeah, I've been, you know, my spiritual journey has helped me a little bit. I've actually can say now that my anxiety is getting a lot better, to the point where if I start having those thoughts where I like can't fall asleep or I'm scared to go to sleep, I basically will just keep telling myself over and over again, like, you're gonna be okay, you're gonna be like, but I'll do it with my eyes closed, and I'll just tell myself over and over again, like, you're okay, you're gonna be okay. And then I'll fall asleep, and then I'll wake up in the morning and be like, wow, nothing happened to me, I'm alive, nobody broke in my house and killed me, my house didn't catch on fire and I died in a fire, like, I'm okay. And then I'm positive for the day, and then night comes again, and it's like that all over again. So yeah, that's a lot. I told y'all a lot about my anxiety, but yeah, that it doesn't stop there. So let's just keep on rolling with it so we can talk about everything all together. The last thing that I dealt with, and I've had anxiety my whole life, but it got worse after Paris, I'll say. I've always been an anxious person, which I think sometimes anxiety is a blessing and a curse, because I feel like people that have anxiety are a lot more self-aware and are a lot more conscious of the outside world, to where we put ourselves in positions where bad things won't happen to us. Not to say that all anxious people, you know, bad stuff doesn't happen to them, because you can't control the world. But I feel like when it comes to like stranger danger and shit like that. Like, we just get a vibe in our body that's just like, bitch, do not walk down that street. Or that's like, bitch, get out this store right now. Or that's like, you know what, don't walk to your car alone. Wait till there's a lot of people around you and then walk to it. Or, hey, there's no street lights there, I'm gonna wait until somebody can walk with me. You know, like that kind of stuff. Yeah. But last but not least, great. I had an eating disorder when I was 17, I believe. 17 until I was about 19, maybe even 20. Because I got pregnant when I was 20, but I had Paris when I was 21. I got pregnant in May of being 20. I was still small, but I was gaining weight. So no, I'll say from the time I was 17 to the time, matter of fact, 16. I'm gonna say 16. From the time I was 16 to 19, I had an eating disorder, and mine was basically anorexia because I would not eat. I would force myself not to eat, and it really wasn't so much because I thought I was fat, because I never thought I was fat. Like, I feel like sometimes you don't realize you have an eating disorder until you go and talk to somebody and they tell you like, hey, something's not right here. And like, I never thought, for so long, I just said I was depressed and I couldn't eat. But once I talked to somebody, I realized that I was forcing myself not to eat. Like, I would be starving and I just wouldn't eat. Like, I would be hungry and my stomach would be growling and I just wouldn't eat. Like, I wouldn't eat. Or if I did eat, I would eat barely anything. Like, I would eat a bite of a granola bar and that was all I would eat for that day. And I never thought that I was overweight or anything. It wasn't because I wanted to lose weight or anything. I just didn't realize what I was doing to my body. And then now when I look back and look at, it's not funny, but when I look back at those pictures, I just cannot believe I was so small. Like, I can't believe how sick I used to look. And like, people used to make fun of me all the time. And you know, they would say that like I look like I had AIDS, or I look like I have cancer, or you know, you need to put some meat on your bones, or do you even eat? And like, it didn't really bother me that much. As much as I feel like it bothered other people. But it really did start bothering me when like my parents started asking me like, is everything okay? Like, and are you sure everything's okay? Like, and that time of my life, everything was not okay. Like, I feel like I hid that part of my life so good from social media, because that whole time of my life, people were still, you know, DMing me like, oh my gosh, I love your life. I wish I could be like you, or I want to be like you when I get older, or, you know, like they would just DM me such inspirational things that you would think would make people feel good. And I would just be like, hell no. Like, little do you know, I'm crying every single day that I'm not on social media, or I'm literally in my room contemplating if I want to live anymore, you know, like every single day. And I think that like a lot of people don't understand when it comes to mental health, and people that do end up taking their own lives, you know, that's not just something that you just think of one day and you're like, hey, I don't want to live anymore, so I'm gone, and you just do it. Like, to have been in that mindset before in my life, it's like you just start feeling worse. Like, it's like you just can't feel better. And that once you get like that, like, you just feel like nothing is gonna make you feel better, and you just kind of get to a point where you're like, I used to always, what would make mine worse and make me feel worse about myself would, like, I would always ask myself, like, how shitty of a life do you have to not want it anymore? Like, how bad or how fucked up does your mind have to be that you were given this life and you don't want it. Like, it's not your life to take, you know? Like, I understand how kind of like that kind of sounds cliche, because it's kind of like, it is my life and if I don't want it anymore, but it's like, it's really not though. Like, it's your life, but it's not yours to take. I just feel like nobody was put on this earth to take their own life. Like, and it's just sad because it's very hard to get somebody out that state of mind once they're in it. Like, I couldn't even tell y'all all the things that went through my head, all the things that I thought, things that I did. Like, now that I don't deal with that anymore, I don't even have the thought anymore. Like, so just so everyone knows, you know, you don't have to worry about me. I have not had a thought like that since I was 19 years old, and I'm 23. So thank the man upstairs for that. But when you get to that spot and you're trying to get out of it, it kind of just feels like you're in a, what are those things called? Like quicksand. Bam. You feel like you're like in quicksand and you're like trying so hard to be positive and to get out of that state of mind. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear this, and I know to a lot of people this makes them feel like they're weak or they're crazy or it's not worth it. Please talk to somebody. Please reach out to somebody. If you're not comfortable talking to anybody in your family, talk to a stranger. Talk to someone that has no idea what is going on in your life and that can only paint a picture of what they think is going on off of your words and what you explain to them. Because I promise you, people really think that these people don't help. They are licensed to help you. Like, that is their job. You have a job. If your job is to fucking pack up groceries, what are we gonna do if we need our groceries packed? What are we paying you for if we're just not gonna use you? We need you to pack our groceries, but we're gonna let you be off for the week because you feel like you don't need to pack your groceries. You don't need to pack people's... maybe that's not a good one. I don't know. But get help. And if you're not comfortable with talking to a stranger, talk to someone close to you. I don't give a fuck if you think that they can't help you. Talk to them. I've had friends that have saved my life. Justin has saved my life. Talking to my mom and my dad has saved my life. Like, talking to my brother. I talked to therapists. I talked to family. I did everything. And now look, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm happy. This is the happiest I've ever been in my entire lifetime, y'all. Like, getting help is nothing to be ashamed of. I've been going back and forth contemplating whether I want to get on medicine or not for my anxiety. I do, hear me out though, I do feel like some things you don't need, some things you do. Medicine, I feel like medicine is not one thing that you need depending on your case. Everyone is different. Some people may need the medicine. Like, some people may need, if your anxiety is worse than mine, then you may need that shit so that you can be good. Because I don't want you doing nothing off the wall because you can't think straight, okay? But for me, I just feel like I can cope with it enough that it's not worth me getting on medication for it. If it got to the point where it was uncontrollable, definitely, without a fucking doubt, I would get on it, without a doubt. But I just feel like I don't need it. And I feel like reading, meditating, my spiritual healing journey, books about certain things, like books about anxiety and books that help you get mental clarity, and looking at other people's scenarios and other people's situations and seeing how they cope with it, talking to other people, everything like that. I feel like does help. And when you get to a point where you feel like there's nothing on this earth that can help you, I promise you there is. If y'all want to talk to me, DM me. My Instagram is Paradise Coke. The only reason I'm only saying Instagram is because I really don't be on Snapchat or Twitter, and my Snap thing has so many like things. I really just be opening them just to get like the little dot away from it so it says I don't have no notifications. I don't be reading them or anything. I read my DMs. And if you ever send me a advice, or you need advice, you need help, you want to talk, it don't matter, I will reply without a doubt. Like, they were like, oh, I DM'd you about where you got this shirt and you didn't say anything back. Or I DM'd you, where'd you get your I DM'd you, where'd you get your glasses, where'd you get your lashes, where'd you get your lip gloss, whatever the case may be, and you didn't reply. I don't reply to everybody, okay? I don't reply to everything, especially when I feel like I've already said where it's from or I've already posted it. Then I'm not about to keep repeating myself. But when it comes to advice, I will respond, I will reply, I will try to help you to the best of my ability. I don't have all the answers, but I'm literally making this video so that people understand that they're not alone. There are people out there that may not know you or anything about you and are willing to hear your side of the story and are willing to help you and listen to you. And I just wanted to make it known that I am one of them. If anybody wants to comment below that, you know, they're open to talking to people if they want to be talked to or helping them, feel free to leave all y'all's information in my comments. Since I was like 20, I really just want to help people with their mental health, or even if it's not mental health, if whatever it is, I don't care what it is. I just want to make people's lives better, because I've been there. And like, there were so many times where I've tried to film this video, by the way, a lot of times. Like, I wanted to put it out as like one of my first YouTube videos I ever did, but you know, when you're pregnant, you're super emotional, so that just was not gonna happen for me. And then I tried to film this video maybe like 3 times after that, and every video I made, I started crying. So I don't want to be that girl that's crying on YouTube, you know. I just don't. So I never put them out, and I'm glad that I got through this video without, voice cracked a few times, but no tears, so we good. It's not hard for me to talk about. It's kind of more so, it's not tears of sadness. I mean, parts of it is sadness, just because I can't believe I really used to be in such a dark place in my life. But then the other half is kind of like, I can't believe I overcame those problems, because when those problems were going on in my life, like I said, I wasn't contemplating if I even wanted to live anymore. And I could not, like, I never thought my life would be the way it is now. Like, I really did not. I never, like, I didn't even want to plan birthdays or anything. Like, I never was excited about my birthday. As y'all, if you followed me on Instagram, then you would have seen that I've never done anything for my birthday. You know, obviously when I was pregnant with P, and then last year I did, but I really never did anything for my birthday because I was never excited about it. Like, it was kind of one of those things where I always felt like I was never gonna make it to my birthday, so I never like planned anything, if that makes sense. Like, I never felt like now I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna be 24 this year. I'm gonna be 24. I'm gonna be 25 next year. Like, I'm already planning shit. Like, Rona, you ain't stopping shit. Like, Justin turns 24 in 20 days. We're litty. We're going to do something. We had really planned to go to Florida and everything, which y'all have already heard, but we got like all our money back, and now we're just gonna do, well, he don't know, and he don't watch all my, he watch my videos, but he don't watch them all the way through. So y'all, shh, don't tell him, okay? But we doing something for his birthday. He doesn't know though, but I got something planned. I keep telling him that we ain't doing shit, but I got something planned. And yeah, so now like I'm more excited about life. I'm just overall so much happier and so like in such a better place. Which, you know, being in high school with all your hormones and then having friends that are trash and being in like horrible situations, toxic situations that you just want to get out of and you just can't. And you know, you got friends that you think are your friends, but then they're messing with your ex or messing with your boyfriend, and then you got to deal with that when you're already dealing with everything else. It's just a lot. So high school doesn't help. But I just wanted to say all of that to say this: I'm here for you guys. I love every single one of my supporters. I mean, I love everybody. I don't have hate in my heart for anybody on this fucking earth. I mean, there's people that I don't like, but I don't hate them. You know, like it's not to the point where I just feel like there's not a single person on this earth that I feel like I need to put my hands on or want to put my hands. Like, yeah, I do get those instances where I'm like, I just want to smack this bitch.
Hey,
But hi, baby.
baby.
But I've outgrown that stage, and I don't care about nobody that, like, if you don't like me, I don't care. Like, it's not like, I know that people talk about me, and I know that there's girls that have been beefing with me since we was in high school, been beefing with me ever since I first started talking to Justin, or whatever the case may be, and I just don't care. I don't care. They have no effect on my life. I don't care what they got going on. I wish them all the best, and hope that they can, you know, find love and be happy and all of that. So yeah, but anyways, like I was saying, I just say all that to say you're not alone. It is Mental Health Awareness Month. If you need help, get help. There's plenty of apps that you can get help on. There's plenty of things you can do. You guys can, you know, meditate, sage yourself, get crystals for anxiety or whatever you're going through. Any type of mental illness that you're going through, there's a crystal for you. I'm gonna start doing a lot more videos about crystals and sage and my spiritual healing. A lot of people told me that they wanted to see those videos. It's just I've kind of been in like I'm in like an awkward space because I can't really do everything that I want to do when it comes to that, because I am in the process of trying to find somewhere to move and get all that situated. And you know, I'm not just gonna, like, a lot of things that I want in my house I'm not buying yet until I know where I'm living, because I don't want to buy a bunch of stuff and then there's no place for it, you know. So yeah, I ordered a lot of books. I can't stop buying books. It's become a problem. But I ordered a lot of books on like anxiety, and I ordered a couple books on Buddhism as well, because I think that might be, I don't want to say that might be the religion for me, but I don't have a religion right now, and I really want to have one so that I can, you know, I mean, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but Buddhism is something I'm looking into. So yeah, Hinduism may be the next one, since I know they're pretty similar. But yeah, those are pretty much the only two religions that really interest me, because the rest of them just don't do it for me enough. But that's neither here nor there. That has nothing to do with this video. So yeah, like I was saying, if you guys ever need to talk to somebody, ever want to just vent, I don't care. If you just want to talk my motherfucking head off, you DM me, okay? Instagram is right here. It's Paradise Coke. I deleted every request I have. I deleted all my requests because they were mainly niggas and they hard eyes, and we don't care about those. So I deleted all my requests. So any request that I get now, I will see it. It don't matter if 20 of y'all DM me at one time. I'm gonna know they all knew, and I'm gonna go through each and every single one of them. I want everybody to, you know, just pray for May to be a great month. We're gonna get through this virus and get through this BS, and everything's gonna be back to as normal as it can be. We're all gonna be good. We're gonna be straight. I know that if you are dealing with any type of mental illness, it's very hard for you to just be in the house having to really deal with that and really just sit and think about it. But I feel like this will be your time to really try to pull it all together and try to heal and to try to find ways that you can cope with your mental illness and get it right, get it on track. You know, you can't really go to like therapists and stuff right now, I don't think. I mean, maybe some therapists are doing things and stuff, but I know there's a lot of apps where, you know, you can talk to virtual therapists and stuff like that. So I don't know any, but I'll definitely look into it. I do have apps on my phone that I use, and I'll put them down below. They're not like therapy apps or anything, but they're kind of like meditation or like self-reflecting apps. So I'll put all those in the link. I'll put all those in my bio, and if it allows me to link them, I'll link them too. But yeah, I hope everybody's having a wonderful, good Friday. I want you guys to have an amazing weekend. I'm going to try to film a video tomorrow for you guys. I do have to babysit though, so we're going to see about that. I have Mother's Day videos coming up. I have hauls coming up. I have a ton of new videos, a lot of content coming up. So yeah, thank you guys so much for sticking with me this long. I hope this gave you guys a little bit more insight on me and what I've been through, so y'all know that not everybody is perfect. You never know what people are going through just off of how they look. So I bet a lot of people are gonna watch this video and be like, wow, I would have never fucking guessed that about her. So yeah, it wasn't hard for me to make this video because I've gotten to the point now where I am happy. She's fanning me. I've gotten to the point where I'm so happy and content with my life that I want people to know that I was not always like this, and it took me so long to get to where I am now. I told y'all this started when I was 14 and I'm 23. So it's a process, but it can be done. And if you ever feel like you want to give up or there's nothing to live for, there's everything to live for, because we all have a purpose in this world, and we all need to take our purpose, and we all need to find our purpose and take that shit and run with it. And I feel like my purpose is helping people, so that's what I'm gonna do. Period. But yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you for all your love and support. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Do not forget to DM me. I'm not playing. Y'all better DM me. Y'all better DM me, because I'm gonna be looking forward to talking to some of y'all, and we're gonna get right. 2020 is kind of on the edge. 2021, we all gonna be going into 2021 mentally flourishing, healthy, happy, positive vibes. Our auras are all gonna be positive. Like, people is just gonna feel your shit as soon as you walk in a room and just be happy and want to sing, dance, run up and hug you. Okay, period. But yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.